Hello everybody, how are you? I hope you're doing well in this era of quarantining and social distancing. As for myself and Chelsea Gasley, we have been staying at home as much as possible. It is unavoidable for her to go to her job. However, she is staying safe. I have been fortunate enough to work from home from one of my jobs, but my other job, I do have to go in from time to time. Luckily, that second job is close to the public, and I can get some stuff done, and there's no more than 2 people there at the same time anyway. So we're staying safe as much as we can, doing our best to practice quarantining and social distancing and not being an extra person out and about when we don't need to be out and about right now. But because of all that, I've not gone out to film much of anything. I do have probably 3, maybe 4 more Disney vlogs from our trip back in February. But after that, I don't have anything stockpiled, and I feel like just filming stuff around the house might be a little too boring. What I decided to do was I just so happened to have some stuff coming through the mail, stuff that I ordered months ago, like back in September. I know that many of you know that I'm a big fan of the Transformers action figure line, as I've got a whole bunch on display right here. And I pre-ordered some from the Hasbro website that were exclusive to the Hasbro website. And they're remakes of some figures that I had whenever I was growing up. It was a faction called the Seacons. And I didn't have all of the Seacons growing up, but I almost did. I think I was just shy, like 2 or 3 of them. There were 6 of them total. So Hasbro decided to remake them for their newer line, and I thought, why not do an unboxing video? So there's 2 of them. There's 6 total, and they're releasing them in increments of 2s. And the first one is the TTGS04, which stands for the Takara Tomy Generation Select, and that's the 4th figure in the line. There's one right here. I don't know. Boom, we can put it right here. And then I have another one that is the TTGOS3, and they have actual names, which we'll dive into in a second. We're going to take TTGOS3. We're going to put him off to the side right now, and we are going to check out TTGS04, the Transformers Select, and I believe this is the Golf figure. Anyway, let's break them open. Let's not break them. Well, let's cut the box open and see what he looks like. Oh, so it's just another box on the inside of the box is what it looks like. Has the artwork. I don't know if you can see that. I know that there's a glare. I don't have great lighting. And this is just a slipcover. Boom. Just a brown box that says Transformers Generation Selects. But we see the figure itself. It's got some accessories right up here. And then it's got a fist because he's one of 6 components that makes a larger robot. So I am going to get this guy out of the package and see what he looks like. All right, there we go. So that is the figure itself, and the character's name. The name that he came with is Golf. However, that is his Japanese character's name. In America, he was renamed a Skalor for, I guess, all of the scales that he had. This is supposed to be some form of Transformers coelacanth. So, oh, look at those chompers. All right, so here is the Golf figure. Once again, Golf is his name from the Japanese series. The American series was Skalor. The original figure looked like this. I'll drop a picture in right here. And this is what the newer version of the figure looks like. I put the tail back in just so I can kind of give you a little bit of a 360. Oh, he fell on his face. As I try to transform him here. Let's see. So I know this comes out. Boom, we flip this guy up. We take the legs and they all come rotating back. And split these legs apart. Boom, so he can kind of stand there. But this entire section right here gets pulled back and brought all the way down. We'll leave that right there for a second. So he's got some arms. Boom. And if you can get a fingernail in there, and bring the wrist out. That's a tight joint. That's good. Right here on this one as well. Boom. Bring him out of the way. Boom. Swivel his head around. And he's got these little notches right here on his back, and these little slots right here in his giant coelacanth heads. Right there. And slide it in. Boom. It secures. And he is good to go. And that's what he looks like. That's the golf figure. But I'm using the American name just because I think it sounds cooler. Skalor. There we go. We'll move him to the side for a minute while we get the other one all opened up and checked out. Alright, so we got that guy out of the way. Let's go ahead and take a look at our TTGS03, which is going to be our other figure. His name is, or his Japanese name is Turtler, which anytime I say the name Turtler, I think of the scene from the Dana Carvey movie, Master of Disguise, where he dresses up like a turtle. He's like, turtle, turtle. Anyway, but the American name, once again, I think sounds a little bit cooler. The American name is Snaptrap. So let's go ahead and cut this guy open. Can you guess what he transforms into with the name Turtler? Take a look at that. I know, once again, the lighting's not that great. So there he is in the turtle transformation, and that's what he looks like in Robot Transformers. And there it is. I'm going to assume that it is much like the other figure, where we just open up from the bottom and take a look at him. Alright, let's take a look at what's in the box, and once again I apologize for the lighting. I'm not really equipped to do these things. Here's the figure right here. There are the feet for the larger robot. Once the other 4 components get released, those will be its feet, a sword, a chest plate, and it looks like a cannon. So let's get this guy out of this box. All right, and here is the base figure of the Turtler figure, aka Snaptrap. I like the name Snaptrap a bit better, so that's probably what I'll call him. But before I kind of get into his accessories, I do want to talk about one of them real quick, this little chest piece. Now, on the original figure, I should probably go ahead and drop in a picture of the original toy right here. Boom. If this one is much like the other one, like this was part of his shell, and it popped off to become the shield and chest plate of the larger robot. So if this one acts like the original figure does, and it looks like it does, it looks like it just plugs in the back right here, boom, and it just pegs in to make his turtle shell. And he's got these 2 cannons. Something I really liked on the original figure is that he had these giant shoulder cannons whenever he was in his turtle mode, and it had this little, I guess, peg where you can shift back and forth, and the cannons would both, they would kind of like pew, 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 pew. That's what they would do. They would make that sound exactly. So, but no, they would shift forward, and whichever, this one would come forward and this one would come back, and then when you pulled the peg to the other side, this one would come forward and this one would come back, and so on and so forth. Let's put him right here. We've got this giant cannon that he comes with, which is pretty awesome. And here is the sword. These are the feet of the larger robot, and something that's really cool that this does that none of the other combiner figures do is that it looks like these two little sides fold in and they make some form of, I guess, cannon that you can attach to like maybe an arm, or maybe you can plop them on top of the shell right here in this peg. So, but yeah, and he's got two of those, but they just simply unfold whenever you're going to make the larger Piranacon figure. Anyway, so remove all this stuff over here. Get over here. We want to check out the snapping turtle. And when I took him out, the first thing I did was make sure his mouth opens. It does, and it's on a pretty tight hinge, so whenever you close his mouth, he snaps like a snapping turtle, and I think that's really cool. Check out that tongue. What I don't like immediately taking him out of the box is that, God, that's so cool. The back of the head doesn't peg in anywhere right here, so his head's just kind of on this hinge. So if you get one and the hinge isn't strong, he's just gonna be sad turtle. So let's see if I can transform this guy without the instructions, which are right here. Not gonna use them. So let's unpeg this guy here, the shield, and we flip those guys up right back around. Boom. All right, so much like the Skalor figure, he is a retool of a previously used figure that I own, and I'll drop a picture of the previous figure here. Boom, so you know which one I'm talking about. So I know that these are the robot's arms, and the legs are here, but I need to figure out how to get there. Let's see. Seems to be a peg here. We can go right there. Boom. I know that these are supposed to fold in, and it looks like there's a peg right here that goes in that socket right there. So that's, oh, looks like it turns, so we'll go ahead and that right there. So that's going to form his chest. What I have to do here, I feel like I should probably do something here. Oh, boom, there we go. So, oh, I just hit the camera. Let's see, what am I going to do with this? Oh, wait, this is new. Ooh, oh, those just come out. It didn't break, but it fits in the peg right there. And you know what? I bet those do come out, so that's what I'm going to do completely. And, oh, look. Remember what I was telling you about the older figure? Looks like these can push up as well. Boom, they click into place. That's cool. I bet you can plug these, bam, in his back, so he has those shoulder cannons like the original figure did. There's his turtle claw. Oh, there we go. Boom, you just bring him down and it just kind of sits back there. So we're gonna, it's a tough ratchet. Boom, and you got the fist. And the reason that these guys are on really tight ratchets is because whenever this guy makes the torso of the larger robot, these are actually going to be his hip joints right there. There we go. And then the head of the figure, let's see. Lift the back. He's got this little slot right there and a peg right there. All this does is come back up here, pegs in the back, and that is the Turtlers, aka Snaptrap's robot face. And we have all these accessories now. So, yes, my theory was correct. Boom. So he takes we take these, peg them in the back here. Actually, I bet you those are for like that. And that these are supposed to extend whenever you have them in turtle mode. So there we go. And then this will become a shield. That will go on his arm right there. Boom. Boom. And then some of these guys, I'm sure you can kind of equip them, but I'm a big fan of the sword right here. And the joints on some mine are fairly loose, which is kind of a bummer because I don't want to say how much I spent on them, but I spent a little bit more than I should have. But I wanted them, and I'm worth it. So, all right. So there's the Snaptrap, and we'll bring in his pal Skalor here, and let me move my camera to kind of get both of them in the shot there. But yeah, not too shabby. I like how they scale next to each other. Scale next to each other. Anyway. Okay, so I know I'm not the best unboxing video person on the internet. There are tons of channels, specifically action figure channels, that showcase the figures much better than I did. I just thought they were super cool, and I thought somebody out there might think that they were super cool too, so I just decided to make a video. I don't think I'll be doing many of these unboxing videos. I'll continue with the Seacons stuff just because I've finished what I started, right? And I'm really curious to see how the larger robot, once put together, looks in person. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're all out there staying safe, washing your hands, sanitizing, and just being safe. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I understand if you don't. It wasn't the best unboxing video. But also, if you like the other stuff on the channel, go ahead and hit the notification bell or subscribe to the channel if you're new here. That'll let you know when I've got stuff coming out. So once again, I have a handful of vlogs from our Disney World trip that are going to be going up soon. And then once those are done, I'm gonna have to get out and start filming some new stuff, so because it's been quite a while. So subscribe if you want to follow me on those shenanigans. So until then, we'll see you real soon. Stay spooky.